that is needed for us to achieve our aim. We are talking about a specific case study. We have your case study. That's good. Ajamasu, I like it. Question number one, Akokari. Agree. You're all good. But make sure as you are working along this, you have some statistics to back it. That is my problem. The statistics to back it. Yes. Now, will you look on the board? So, case study of Cornwall. Cornwall is a county. Go to UK, they divide their areas into counties, small areas, districts, county. Not country, county. UK, somebody said this one is in America. Then I cancelled it. The person knows it. The person knows it. I want to correct you. You are disturbing the record. So these case studies, we need to study them and use that one as a tool to answer yes. Is that Cornwall? So now if they ask you about the issues, please look here and stop what you're doing over there, please. So when a question is given you with your case study of one named settlement, explain how the issues are related to the growth or the decline. Cornwall, some of the issues that the people are facing here are the high unemployment rate, the housing problems that they face, health issues, poverty, education, and then the decline of traditional industries. The decline of traditional industries that has led to some issues that Cornwall is facing. So high unemployment rate, which is higher than the national average. The high unemployment rate in Cornwall is even higher than the national average. This shows that there is a problem that Cornwall is facing. Housing difficulties. There are crises. We talk of crisis, housing crisis, with shortage of affordable housing. Because the area is rural, we don't have much of people who can afford. So we talk of crisis of housing. How many of them are able to pay for the housing rents? So there's crisis in Cornwall based on the housing deficit. Yes. If yes, yes. There's counter-urbanization. In yes, in the 1980s. Yeah, it has, but we are saying that there are disparities in development in all parts of the world, irrespective of that type of settlement. Okay, every government has its priorities. and as to where to channel the resources to. Resources are scarce. Okay, resources, economic resources are always scarce, and so there's a need to redistribute these resources. And no matter what, even I heard somebody say that, is this Cornwall the type of rural area? Is it in each and every country and every region? Okay, they have the type of uh, standards, the standards. Okay, the Cornwall that we are saying as is rural, and so they are even facing problems. If you compare the standard of living in, say, Cornwall to even Kumasi here, it may have a different dimensions. Okay, so don't be bothered by that. There are still disparities in the development between the rural area and the cities in the MADCs. But we are saying that it is not too much of a gap. It's okay. So there are some problems. Even London has problems. New York has problems. It's okay. So put this down. List this down. Please put the thing behind on the floor. Put it on the floor. So the housing difficulties, the housing crisis that this case study is showing us, we need to put them down. The health issues. There is a low life expectancy in this area. These are the specific points that we need to support when you're writing. And stop just guessing and giving any flimsy answers. Instead of sitting down and put down notes, you are doing a different thing. Low life expectancy. Diseases like cancer and heart diseases are specific mentions that you can use to describe the health issues in Cornwall. Cancer and health issues, heart diseases. And because of the remoteness of this area, it becomes very difficult to access very effective health facilities. So Cornwall is a case in point that we are dealing with the health issues. The heart and cancer diseases that are confronting the people in Cornwall is a health issue. Housing deficit, don't forget. Unemployment rate as higher than even the national average. Poverty, the people are wallowing in poverty. There are no jobs. And so most of them are living below the poverty line, all because of lack of jobs. So in areas that they lack jobs, there are a lot of issues. Social, economic issues are confronting them. Education. Cornwall, as you know, as a rural setting, there's low educational attainment. Low educational attainment, with few young people going on to higher education. These are specific examples that you can say most young people in Cornwall are not making up to the higher levels, a few of them. And so it's an issue because of the poor educational facilities in this area. Decline in the traditional industries and investments, because that place is purely a rural setting. You can see that agriculture is the mainstay of this place. But degradation has caused the soil to become very poor and infertile. And so planting of crops has led to low yield. So low yield will not lead to a higher prosperity in these areas. Yes, Fishing. Cornwall is also a coastal rural area. So they go into fishing too. Look in general, that's something the mainstay is agric and sometimes mining. Okay, they also have some minerals that they mine in those areas. But fishing, agric is the mainstay in this environment. So based on the question on the board, you can use this as the main issues. If you use Cornwall, you can use this as the main issues that Cornwall is facing. And so if they ask you about what measures have been put in place to check the high unemployment in Cornwall, the housing difficulties, the health problems, poverty, education, and the decline in these economic activities. That's what I want you to go through. Education, poverty level, high unemployment, housing deficits, health issues. Use these as the main issues that Cornwall as a county in UK being described as a rural enclave is facing. After you have come out with all these problems, then you find out the measures that have been put in place to deal with any one of these. If you cannot talk of all of them, at least 3 or 4 can be a good point to digress. Is that okay? So how have they been able to check this? Economic development. You say efforts have been made to diversify the economy of Cornwall. That is the measures. Efforts have been made to diversify the economy of Cornwall and attract new businesses to the region. This has included investments in sectors such as renewable energy. One of the measures that they have put in place is to attract investors in renewable energy production, digital technology, and tourism. So the economy of Cornwall is now being spruced up by investing in tourist activities, energy renewals, that is the renewable energy resources, digital technology, the internet thing that we're talking about. They are making communication very effective, digital technology. So you talk of how the economy of is now improving based on the interventions by improving the tourist sector, improving the technology and tourism drive. What about transport systems? We say poor transport network. What have they done as far as transport is concerned? They have been able to invest in transport infrastructure to improve the connectivity within regions and with the rest of the country. So as we did on the board, they have been able to upgrade the road networks and expansion of public transport services. And some of the, even an airport or airstrip has been provided in this area to enhance movement. So don't forget the transport infrastructure that the authorities in Cornwall have taken to make sure Cornwall is not cut off from the rest of the world. They are now connecting Cornwall to the rest of the world based on airport that has been provided, upgrading of road networks, and expansion of public transport systems. Housing was the problem. what have they done as far as housing is concerned? They are also providing what we call affordable housing in the region. Affordable housing in the region. So make sure you use the word affordable housing schemes so that more people can have access to cheaper housing. So that initiative was to reduce or to improve the old houses. They might have pulled them down and put down or put up new estates for these individuals. So housing, though, was a problem, but now effort have been made such that people will have access to new affordable houses. New affordable houses. Don't forget, we talk of the health problems. The health problem. What were the main health problems in Cornwall? Cancer and what? Heart diseases. Because of the poor accessibility, people were not having that access. So what have they done as far as health is concerned? They are able to invest in health services to construct new hospitals. New hospitals and clinics have been put down to expand what we call telehealth services, telehealth services. Put that down. It's a new development, telehealth. Through the television, they can solve most of the problems that you face in these areas. It's just like a remote service that they give. Through the television, a doctor will come to the area to show how to go about tackling your heart problems, your diet, is okay, nutrition values. All these will be given you free of charge. Yes. What if they are? That's something they have different channels. The deaf, yeah, they provide, yes, listening, okay, yes, yes, science, yeah. So these are, please, are you following the word? Yes. Gentrification mostly in the inner cities. The inner, that is the term. That's the term. That's the term. But we are talking about gentrification in that life skill is not in that place. Okay. Gentrification are common features in the cities. Inner cities of big cities. Education. What have they done to improve education in Cornwall? What have they done to improve education in Cornwall? So list them as your point, as your bullet points. There have been improvement in education this time around. There has been an attainment level has gone up, including programs to encourage young people to pursue further education and the establishment of new new education and training facilities have been provided in this part of Cornwall. Education and training facilities. So young boys and girls are having access to modern education. So we say overall, while there have been progress, there has also been some difficulties. That's how we weigh it. So we say overall, there has been progress, but don't lose sight of the fact that all the problems have not been solved. Okay, so it needs sustainable management to solve these problems. So these are the interventions that we have put up. These are the interventions. So what are the judgments? So the interventions are the responses that they have put in place to tackle the issues. So what are the effectiveness of the measures facing the issues Cornwall faces? What are the effectiveness? How successful or how effective have the measures been? How successful have the measures been? So if you talk of effectiveness, the success, effectiveness, we are talking about the measures that have been taken, address the challenges that Cornwall is facing. Now the measures have been taken. How do you evaluate the effectiveness? To evaluate it, what has been the progress in the interventions? So examples have to be given to support it. Now you know the problems. Now you know the interventions that have been put in place. Now, how do you judge the effectiveness of the measures that have been put in place? That is the skill I want you guys to develop at this level. Economic development. How do we judge the effectiveness of the measures taken so far? How do you judge? Read it. I'm giving you 1 minute. Read it and find out. Tell me the effectiveness. How are you weighing the effectiveness of the measures taken to solve the poor economic development in Cornwall? How have the measures been able to redeem the glory of Cornwall? Yes, Pastor. So through diversification. Okay. How much jobs have been created? Have you seen it? Go on. Technology, yes. Because of that, because of digital technology, industries have grown. We want to attest to how the intervention is yielding. Is it yielding fruits? Yes. Two, yes. Okay. With over what? So this is something that we can use to support the fact that the intervention in the downward growth of the economy, this intervention has led to growth, spiral growth. So as we are talking about, put these specific interventions and the success story down. There's been diversification. Because of that, there has been the springing up of some industries in this area that has led to about 4,000 jobs being created. This, pardon? This is what we need. Digital technology has also helped the industries to share ideas, technology, innovations. And so most of the industries here are doing well, especially those in the tourism industry in this area. The case of farmers and food. With the tourism industry being strengthened, about 5 million visitors are coming to such a place. They come, they spend, the economy grows. That is the argument here. This is how I want you to approach the work. So, economic development. There has been a massive improvement in the economic growth of Cornwall. If not at all, the unemployment situation is being checked. What has it done? 5 million people coming to a place every year is not easy. Transport infrastructure. How has the government solved the transport infrastructure? You got to know that they have come out with the railways, the buses, and the like. How has this solved the problem? There has been a significant improvement in transport infrastructure in Cornwall, including the expansion of what? You know, dual carriage. We call it double road. That's a dual carriage. The double road and the dual carriage. The new railways that we have also introduced. So all of the things we have done on the board have become certain. The dual carriages, that means it is making the area highly accessible. Dual carriage. Please, what you are doing is not necessary. Stop it. And look at the board. That argument is unnecessary. There has also been airport iniquity. An airport has been provided. So at least some measures have been put in place to solve that poor accessibility of transport infrastructure that we're talking about. Dual carriage has been given, railways have been given. Please, I'm giving this word of honor. If you drop on the paper, I'll give you the next time. No fun is easy. Airports have also been given an investment and expansion with increase in what? Flights, number of people that are going to Cornwall for visits. So problem with transport has also been dealt with. Housing difficulties in Cornwall, the interventions have done what? What do you see? The effort to provide affordable housing. Cornwall has seen success with the introduction of this affordable housing where more people have access to cheaper housing. So the scheme that has been put in place to convert unused buildings into homes. We are talking about a fresh case of 2021. You quote to support 2021. The Cornwall Council reported that it has exceeded now. Look at it. Exceeded its target for delivering affordable house with 556 new affordable housing homes completed. This is the rare case of a scheme, example that we need to support your work at this level. So this is a good statistics. Yes. The nature, yes. Yes. The judging is what we are talking about here. That when you talk of say housing, it was a problem. Obviously, what interventions have been put to make sure housing problem is reduced? And what is the reality? What do you see now? The interventions that they put in place. Yes. Then go to the next. So at least you can have about say 3 or 4. Yes, the judgment, yes. The judgment is there to tell us how effective it has been. Okay? The judgment is talking about how effective it has been. And so you cannot give that for this part, housing has been very effective because they have even exceeded their targets. Obviously. Yes. Yes. What have been done? Yes. A different point. Yes. Yes. Then at the end of it, that's how we have to do it. So take your time and go through the work well. Please, I'm repeating this. The next time of question you take your time, support it, write a very good academic essay. Health service. What have they done to solve the health problems? The investment made in health services in Cornwall have led to improvements in access to healthcare in the region. For example, that's what I'm saying, evidence. For example, what are the evidence to show that health delivery has been improved? Expansion in these telehealth services have made it easier for people in the remote areas to have access to healthcare. In addition, the new Royal Cornwall Hospital, we need to talk about it. The new Royal Cornwall Hospital that was put up in 2018. This is the way we should go. Desire to know, and the Lord will help you to know. Desire. So there has been improvement in the health service with this Cornwall Hospital being open to help in the improvement of these areas. Yes. That hospital that was opened in 2018, yes. Haven't I even said it? Pardon? Yes. Even through television, I said the doctors should be available to teach you how to manage some diseases that are confronting you. Cheap. Okay? They are ready to tell you, we talk of heart diseases, cancer, and those things. They can educate you guys the way to refrain from some actions that will lead you to that. If you're smoking too much, if you're eating too much, if you're not eating well, all these will come to your home free of charge through television. We can also call us that we is talking about. There are some specific areas, call centers that you can call, and they are at your beck and call. They are at your beck and call. They are at your beck and call. Education. The poor attainment in education with the interventions of establishing schools and the like, what has led to a different scenario altogether. So what is Cornwall facing now as far as education is concerned? Yes. What is the story? What is the success story? Yes. Yes. This is what it used to be. Have you seen it? Very good. And now this what? 65.7% in what? 2021. So the GCSE that they are doing, right? GCSE that they are doing GCSE, that is for UK. Okay, we are doing IGCSE, that is international. Okay. So they have improved because of the interventions in the educational. Have you seen it? This is the way we should go. We don't have any other path to tread other than this. So the youngies in these areas, the youths are learning hard, improving in the education, they are training. So from 48, like some of you getting 48%, that you are happy. Everything, 48%, you are happy. They are now moving, yes, to the training services and those things. So it is through the training services for the teachers, okay, they're getting, so they are well equipped in teaching the children to attain. Okay. In conclusion, that is how I said the essay should be. I told you what the time. And this one, it merits some maths. You can't write an essay and just leave it at I mean. Yes. Instead of maths. Evaluation about maths. Yes. The mark distribution, I'm saying that the mark distribution, I'm saying that first there should be an introduction and there should be a thesis statement. But I'm saying that if you are asked to work on a question like this, that was 20 marks or 50 marks. It depends on the points that you raise. So it is that if you are able to raise, say, 4 points, make sure that they are going to distribute the points according to, say, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. And then they take about 2 marks for the conclusion, 2 marks for the introduction, making 20. Okay? The problem for your system for the marks. 4, 4, 4. I said 4 points. The 4 points. You like the 4 points, you can 4 points. And these are the points, that's where you give me the sustained evaluation. Okay, first look at the education, what has been done, and how successful it has been. If you're able to do that, you get the 4 full mark, you get it. It's okay. And then you conclude well, you get a 2 marks, you support it. You open it very well, you get your 2 marks. It's okay. It varies. Let me say it varies. So I say overall. What does that mean? When conclusion is summing up. Okay. What is happening here? How do you conclude? How has it been concluded? Obviously, you have given some recommendations. So in your conclusion, you can give recommendations as to what can be done to sustain this. What can be done to sustain this? Is that okay? Take your exercise. I said take your exercise book. What do you not start? You know what you're going to do. Put down the person there. You are bringing it tomorrow. Let me prove one word. If you default, in this, you are not good. Hey, I'm recording, but I'll tell you. I'm recording, but I will say something against it. Yeah, write the second question. Put down the second question in the exercise book. Yes. No, only the B section. Yes. Mommy, I say see me later, okay? See me. Let's sit down and talk. Okay? No, I said okay, okay. Accept that. So overall, let's just put down the question, please. Or overall, you say there has been some progress. So you are accepting the fact that the measures that have been put in place have yielded some positives, but it has not solved everything. But for us to get the full success, we shouldn't stop. We need to work further, okay, to give us sustained growth and development. I say put down the question. Start work. Start work. Please, the time is not up. Start work. The time is not up. Guys, guys, guys.